What's up, everybody? Today I'm making a black walnut resin table with live edge walnut. I got this 9 foot piece. I'm gonna cut it to 36 inches and I'm gonna make a resin table out of it. So the way I'm gonna do this is I measured out 36 inches all the way across, and I'm gonna use my cutting edge guide here. And then I've already used the saw right here on the ground to make sure and line it up with where my blade is going to be across where I measured. All right, everybody, so I got it cut and turned out pretty good. My saw was a little small to be cutting 2-inch thick slabs, but I got it done. It's looking pretty good. I will have to, this is a cut edge side right here. I will have to seal this because this slab was only cut about a month and a half ago, so it is still green, it still has water in it. So I'm gonna have to seal this edge where water cannot get out. If a lot of water gets out of your green boards, they will crack and they will not look as good as they did before. So if you have a green edge like this, you always want to seal it because you do not want cracking in your good board. So that'll be my next step. All right, so we're to the fun step now. I drew this river just with a pencil, and I'm going to cut it out with this oscillating tool. It's got a wood tip specifically for cutting wood, and I planed it a bit before I got to this step. I was going to plane it, but it was too big for my planer, so I sanded it down just a little bit, not just for a few minutes, just to get a nice smooth working surface. So I got my eye protection, my hearing protection, I got gloves, and I got a chisel and hammer here. So when I do cut down into the walnut here, I can chisel it out as I go, so to make it easier and hopefully faster, because I think this will be a slow process. I never actually did this before, so we'll see how it turns out. So this is what we're looking like so far. That took about 45 minutes, pretty much straight cutting and chiseling. It turned out pretty good. I got the widest part of the river going to be right here. It's probably almost 2 inches wide there. And then at the beginning, it's pretty narrow, maybe 1 or less than 1 inch. And then also on this end, about 1 inch or so. But I'm going to take the chisel now and clean it up just a bit. I may try to get a little bit of sanding in here. It's gonna be hard because I have a belt sander, which is way too wide for this, and then the orbital sander is round, and it's 5 inches in diameter. So we'll see. I'm gonna do some chiseling. All right, so this is my progression so far. Um, I have sanded out my groove here that I made. Try to make it as smooth as possible, but there's still some rough spots in it. It's not going to matter though, because it's all going to be covered up with the epoxy. And also, I sealed the live edge. As you can see here, it's still drying. It's really shiny, so I just touched it actually, it's still sticky, so just mixed up some epoxy and dabbed it on there and on both sides. It's definitely still drying. And then I made these molds right here. All it is a piece of wood and silicone with aluminum tape. And since my river didn't go all the way through the board, I didn't have to make a full mold. I also did this side. As you can see, I got the silicone in the crack there where it can't drip through. So my next step will be mixing up some white pearl epoxy and pouring it in the river. Alright, so I got my epoxy mixed up, as you can see. This is white pearl going on black walnut. So I'm hoping it'll look pretty good. I got it at 75 degrees in here. And hopefully it'll pour and harden good. So here we go. Take the stick out. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. I think we'll get a little bit closer shot. Yeah, I am. Get a little bit closer shot of this. I'm gonna do my best to film and pour it here. I wanted to get a really close shot of this. I don't want to get it too deep because this is not casting epoxy. I got a little bit on my non-river part there, but that's okay. Just taking it really good. So I got poured maybe a little bit too much. That's okay. I think I poured up 8 fluid ounces. Oop. This is turning out pretty good. This is a spot I made it quite a bit wider. Looks like the pigment is darker in the bottom, which makes sense. I definitely don't want to over pour it, just I want to over pour it. Maybe a little bit. That pigment is a lot darker. It's making a little bit of a mess, but it's looking pretty good. Here's a wide body of it. I really wish the pigment was darker. I don't know if I can add pigment to it now. I don't, but I'm fixing to hit it with the heat gun and get up some air bubbles out of it. Alright, I'm gonna hit it with my heat gun here. Just a typical heat gun. You want to do this to bring bubbles out from under the epoxy. You don't want bubbles drying in your epoxy. That's bad news. I'm just gonna hit it with a heat gun.
I like that white
pearl.
Mm-hmm.
This pigment's definitely darker, but that's what I wanted.
You ain't gonna have enough to go, are you?
Sure. That's full on that end because it was a little bit unlevel.
Down there, yeah.
Try to make some swirls in this one.
This one of it.
Mm-hmm. People say you're not supposed to do this because usually at the bottom it's not mixed properly.
As long as you stir it up good, as long as you ain't got a whole bunch, you just keep it mixed.
I have to mix it more.
You could run some thinner through it when you use those cups, or just
Yeah, I
use.
did. I just let it dry and then I broke it out.